It is hot. It is. Yeah, let's talk about the Sports Card Direct show though. So the Sports Card Direct show was held at the Plymouth Life Centre. It was very easy to get to, a beat that took me 3.5 hours, but it was very easy to get into. Done the show multiple times from the South Coast Card Show iteration as well. So I'm aware of how to park. You park opposite the football ground. It's completely free. If you have a trolley, you don't even need to rock up to the front of the bit because they start chasing you afterwards to make sure that if you're not parked there, then they will or they'll tow you away, or sort of fine and tow you away. So yeah, it's always good to make sure that you know about the parking situation. Get in there. It's completely free all day, and it's just a very, very easy thing to get into. So yeah, very easy for location. Got straight in, got ready, and it was just very easy from that sort of point of view. Why do I look like the woman from Austin Powers, Dr. Evils? You lie.
Lies. Oh, lies!
Like, the hair is slicked from sweat at the moment, and it is crazy. But yeah, anyway, back to Sports Card Direct. So affordability, unfortunately, it gets 3 stars due to the nature of the beast was that it felt like a slow day. It was a very slow day. Some of the people that I know or spoke to throughout the day seemed to do well, and other vendors were literally running around panicking because it seemed as though they hadn't sold enough. It was just a very mixed day overall. I feel like lower end probably did better than higher end. I managed to buy in some absolute amazing stuff, but we'll get to that later. Trades were okay-ish as well, wasn't too great. It was mainly high-end One Piece that did really well on the trades versus anything else, which was good. I made another fumble, but we'll talk about that at the trade, but it wasn't too bad of a fumble. And it was 3 stars. Unfortunately, I think I made 35% was my costs versus what I made, so it was a high percentage to have dealt with. It wasn't great in that sense, and it just felt like a slow turnover of people through each of the sections of the day. So a game store where One Nerdy Mush was working, so shout out to One Nerdy Mush. We were having back and forth conversations. He was buying Gundam all day, which was nice to see. But yeah, his guy, I think it was mainly about the playability. He probably did well more with like localized ending sealed. Mush put in the comment below what the best sort of sales were for you. I didn't really do anything else just because I didn't have space, but even with the high end stuff, it felt quite hard. I sold a lot of low end slabs. I didn't really sell anything major. It was more of a low end day, which isn't a bad thing, but when you're primarily trying to cater your like vending around more high end goods as you grow as a vendor, which is natural progression, it gets quite difficult to then be able to sell what you need to sell. So now maybe if I ever went back or sent someone down there, it would probably just be with folders and see how the day turned out then. But even then, it's a massive cost to try and push out and make sure works. The tables were a really good price. I think I paid about $160 including like fees from online for the booking, and I can't moan at that for 3 tables. I mean, it's mostly like 1.5 in most places, probably even less than that, but they are catered to the higher end, so it kind of works that way. It felt like a slow day. And I wasn't overly impressed with the fact that I was pricing up cards a lot of the time. I shouldn't really be doing that at a card show, in my opinion. I should be too busy to price up cards, unless it is I've got 4 people with me, they're serving people at the same time, and I can write one card. Like the expensive cards, I've just got them in, I'm pricing it up, I'm getting it straight out. It didn't really feel like that was any. It didn't feel like it was a busy day. It felt like a very standard, and yeah, it was okay. It's very hot here. It's very hot. I'm recording this through this UK heat wave, which I think everybody's having. So you can probably hear the dogs panting like crazy. They look like, Thor looks like a pharaoh at the moment with his little tea towel over his head. We've got more fans coming tomorrow because it's getting crazy. So it wasn't as all glitters and gold as I thought it was going to be. December had a really good time. The trades were amazing. It was all a really good day. Yeah, I just feel like it wasn't incredibly great on sales. So let's get into trades. So trades, it gets 5 stars. I hit the mark of 510. I literally hit the cusp of the mark. For trades, the main majority was One Piece. So the main majority was One Piece. I made a blunder with the Edward Newgate starter deck where it has the realistic look. I think it was, or is it OP02 or 6? I'll have to dig it out. I'll get it on the screen just to give you an idea. But unfortunately, I pulled it. Well, I had the card traded in Japanese. I priced it as English. That was my fault. But luckily, through the total trade, I didn't make a loss in that sense, so that was fine. While a very little to no profit at all, at least I didn't make a loss, so I'm okay with the hit on that one. I'll make a profit versus the rest of it. It's fine. Very little in Pokemon trades. Not really high-end slabs going out either with the trades like it normally does, and then trading for high-end slabs that way, so I didn't really see much there. However, One Piece saved the day. Multiple decent trades throughout that bit, and it just, yeah, it flowed so well with that. So yeah, on to buy. So buy was literally the best part of it all, just mainly because I never thought I'd see it happen, but I managed to pick up what was essentially, you know, a sequential of the gold. So I don't know if you can see that. So you've got, is that Palkia? No, Dialga, that's Palkia. So I've got Dialga, Palkia. Unfortunately, the Arceus was a 9. It's a terrible line. There we go. Arceus was a 9. And then I've got the Giratina in a 10, which is pretty cool as well. So that was a crazy buy. 5 shields straight away, nice and easy. I think without that, I wasn't really offered much else to buy. Well, I was offered enough, but it wouldn't have catered to the £1,000 mark. But yeah, this is essentially what has brought me sort of like into the 5 shield range for that. So very like over the moon, made the show for me in that sense, for the fact I was able to get these. Just incredible cards that, yeah, really are just something that's always going to be a sought after commodity in the Pokemon card world. But yeah, overly impressed with it all in that sense from that bit. I just, yeah, it felt too slow of a day. So sports card show, great for buys. Trades was mainly One Piece. Sales was really hard. It sounded like other vendors did really well, but I think that's because they're catering for more low end than high end at the same time, whereas I was too biased on the high end this time. So something to think about, especially with South Coast. Table price is great, parking is fantastic and easy to get in and out, and yeah, just it just felt like a lot of work for nothing, especially with a total hour drive of 7 hours. So it's something that for me I would need to consider as a maybe for next time, or the possibility of sending someone else and then just giving them folders, because I feel like the low end would have done better. So yeah, tell me what you think. Leave some comments if you saw me at the show. Have a chat to me, see what you thought. I mean, did my stock make a difference? Did you think that I had good stuff, but it just wasn't what you were after? Yeah, talk to me. So let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be a double whammy. So for this week, once we get out of this horrendous heat wave, it will be Cardiff and Maryhill. So expecting big things there. So yeah, see you in the next one.